The silence at Robyn Brown's house was odd. The kind that only occurs right before or right after a storm. Shafts of sunlight sliced through half-drawn curtains, dancing dust motes. The aroma of lavender, which she had been spraying a lot lately, filled the air, as if she could perfume away the rot that had crept into her once-ideal world. Unopened bills were resting on the dining table. From beneath a stack of mail she hadn't touched in days, a foreclosure notice appeared. The refrigerator buzzed excessively. Saul, one of the children, was upstairs wearing headphones and ignoring the tense atmosphere in the house. Robyn walked robotically through the kitchen, filling a mug with lukewarm coffee she refused to sip, while Ariella sat calmly on the floor coloring. Cody stood across the room beside the window, shoulders stiff, arms folded. Once a sign of his self-assurance, his hair was unkemptly knotted back. There was more than just physical distance in his eyes. Although he was present, he had already left. "We can't continue in this manner," Robyn muttered. She didn't intend to say anything aloud. Cody didn't recoil. "No, we are unable to." The ensuing hush was awful. Hey, hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel TLC Flicks. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Let's dive into the latest drama. Robyn fought back the tears that came to her eyes. She was not going to cry just yet. Her voice was shaking as she said, "You're really leaving? After everything?" At last, Cody turned. "I've been here too long. For the children. For you. However, I've had enough of acting like this is still a marriage." She let out a gasp. "Cody, you promised." "I assured them all," he yelled. "And now, where are they?" "Lost. Exhausted. And I allowed it to occur. I allowed you to convince me that they were the issue." His voice broke, a mixture of sadness and wrath. Now desperate, Robyn took a step forward. "You picked me out. You said that I was the only person who valued you. You claimed that we were," he cut in icily, "you made sure you were the last one standing. And now we find ourselves in the ruins." With the weight of his words bearing down on her, Robyn collapsed into a chair. As if it were an afterthought, Cody muttered, "I'm taking the kids for a while." Her gaze expanded. "You're what?" "No. You can't just," he answered. "They deserve a vacation from all this stress." "I do too." She gave an incredulous shake of her head. "You believe I started this conflict?" He remarked, "I believe you gave the impression that we were content. And I purchased it until everything became poisoned." He grabbed a packed suitcase from behind the couch and left without saying another word. Meri Brown sipped from a ceramic mug at a little coffee shop nestled behind Flagstaff's historic center, gazing intently at the steam curling into the spring air. Her best friend, who had supported her through the worst of times, through grief, separation, and public humiliation, sat across from her. Her buddy added plainly, "She played you all." Robyn had no desire to have children. She desired a kingdom. Meri smiled wearily. "I now understand that. But all I wanted at the time was to fit in." "Meri, you created that family," her buddy remarked. "She also removed you from it." Meri's gaze lowered to her coffee. "She didn't make me disappear. I let myself to vanish." Her companion touched her hand after reaching across the table. "What will you do at this point?" Meri paused. Then she raised her head. Her eyes, which had previously been filled with sorrow, now held fire. "I will speak the truth." Meri reached a peaceful Airbnb outside of Sedona 2 days later, in the dark. The modest, private home was rented out in a friend's name. Janelle was already inside, seated at a long wooden table that was strewn with documents, printouts, and a laptop. Is this what she actually said? Reading from a printed text exchange between Robyn and a family acquaintance from the past, Meri inquired. A third voice said, "She said worse." Both of them turned to see Robyn's former sister-in-law, who had been silent for years, standing in the doorway. "She kept you apart. You all. And she did it deliberately," the woman added. "I've already seen her do it. Her first family was not this one." Meri and Janelle looked at each other incredulously. They were aware of Robyn's cunning, but this? The three women collaborated for the next 3 hours, comparing timelines and creating a story out of voice notes, old video, private messages, and never-before-seen photos. Like a jigsaw puzzle, every piece fit together. While looking at an old interview transcript, Janelle whispered, She made herself out to be a victim, all the while pulling strings in the background. Slowly, Meri nodded. Heartbreak isn't the only topic here. It has to do with visibility. On a calm Sunday evening, the exposé film was released. It was posted by a fan-run YouTube channel that specializes in delving deeply into TLC controversy, rather than Meri or Janelle. The truth about Robyn Brown. What TLC didn't show you began with wholesome family comedy segments before gradually moving into more sinister territory, revealing the other spouse's seclusion, snippets of interviews, and audio from behind the scenes. Timestamped text messages spread across the screen. Receipts. Proof. Then came the bombshell, a voice recording of Robyn griping that in order to keep Cody in line, she had to pretend to care about the other wives. The video became viral on all platforms. It went viral on TikTok. Snapshots were shared by Instagram detectives. It was even reported by mainstream media. Robyn watched everything happen in real time while sitting by herself in her living room. Her phone was buzzing wildly. She no longer had control over the group chats. She had been completely deleted from her family's group thread. She read over the comments one after the other. So she was always the bad guy. Justice for Janelle and Meri. Cody opened his eyes at last. Robyn used manipulation and tears to build an empire. Robyn attempted to reply by posting a statement. However, her hands trembled each time she hit record. She wasn't prepared. Cody and the children were sitting in a tiny rental apartment on the other side of town. It was a simple home with borrowed furnishings and 2 bedrooms, but it was peaceful. Calm. He played guitar songs they hadn't heard in years, made modest meals, and brought the kids trekking. They laughed for the first time in ages. One evening while sitting on the floor and assembling a puzzle, he observed them, and he experienced a surprising sense of relaxation. Later, Cody was straightforward in a single interview with a small podcast. He remarked, "I believed loyalty meant sticking by you no matter what. However, true loyalty is having the courage to leave when something is wrong." Meri started a blog in the interim that is a combination of her healing process and memoir. Within a week, it became viral. Her honest, open, and sensitive posts struck a chord with many of people. She came to represent regaining authority following emotional exile. Janelle went back to her origins, living simply and posting about her experience on social media. For the first time in years, she felt content. What about Robyn? She didn't come out. Her silence spoke more than words, shattering her once-controlled image. Now the house seemed too large, too bare. Memories that no longer resided there reverberated off the walls. Robyn also understood, for the first time, that winning did not necessarily entail being the last person standing. It just meant that you were alone yourself. And there's more. When Cody Brown redistributed the Coyote Pass land, Janelle Brown of Sister Wives had an unexpected response. She and Cody had 6 children together, were in a polygamous relationship for about 30 years, and made significant financial investments in the Coyote Pass property. Regretfully, Cody's intentions for the land were significantly changed by his separation from Janelle, Christine, and Meri. Janelle and Meri sought legal assistance as a result of Cody's growing reluctance to divide the property among his ex-wives. But as of April 2025, Robyn, Meri, Cody, and Janelle all hold equal shares of the property. Janelle recently shared a picture of herself and her boys, whom she visited in Las Vegas, eating at the well-known eatery The Guest House on Instagram. Instead of talking about the property partition or her future plans, Janelle seemed excited to be with her children and called her dinner amazing. Despite mentioning her impending journey to Flagstaff, Arizona, Janelle's primary concern is still her kids and not the land. According to Janelle's Instagram post, she is following through on her detoxification efforts. She had said earlier in 2025 that she would start over this year. According to Janelle, she would purge herself of any unpleasant circumstances, drama, and people in favor of things that make her happy and at peace. Janelle's latest vacation to Las Vegas seems to have been focused on her kids. She is happy about the irreplaceable moments she was able to spend with them, which are so valuable that they cannot be purchased with money. Getting her due share of the Coyote Pass land is certain to make Janelle happy. She doesn't appear overly desperate though, which suggests that she has been happier lately. Janelle was worried that she wouldn't receive her fair part of the Coyote Pass last year, and she even considered taking Kody to court to acquire her piece of the property. Her recent excursions to Utah and Las Vegas indicate that she is no longer as excited about the property and is instead more concerned with spending time with her loved ones. Things that are important to Janelle are bringing her joy. She doesn't appear to be too worried about Coyote Pass, even if she intends to visit Flagstaff after Las Vegas. Janelle has tweeted more about her emotions than anything else in recent months. Experiences are more important to Janelle than material possessions, as evidenced by her recent trip to attend her nephew's wedding and her cruise vacation with Christine. She will undoubtedly cleanse and find long-lasting serenity with her new perspective on life. When the Coyote Pass controversy is finally settled, maybe the Sister Wives cast member will continue to be content. After divorcing her polygamous ex-husband, Sister Wives actress Christine Brown has undergone significant transformation. She recently posted pictures of herself before and after dating Cody Brown, and she appears to be a lot happier now. The 52-year-old Christine was Cody's third wife. He would later wed a fourth. Despite coming from a polygamous background, she disliked sharing a husband. Christine met and married David Woolley shortly after ending her multiple marriages, and she has never looked back. Since she met David, the mother of 6 has matured. The courtship between Christine and David was a feature of Sister Wives Season 19. When she came out of her cocoon, she resembled a butterfly. She just posted pictures of herself before and after splitting with Cody, and it's obvious that she's happier today. Cody's wife, who was always the most envious, was Christine. The Sister Wives Season 19 star desired to be with her hubby since she was a romantic. Christine disliked being a third wife, despite having grown up in a polygamous household. It was even more difficult for Christine to be in the relationship with Cody because he seemed to prefer Robyn Brown, his 45-year-old fourth and youngest wife. Christine ended the marriage because she had felt abandoned for too long. Soon after, Cody's first wife, Meri Brown, and second wife, Janelle Brown, also left him. Christine was taking a tremendous risk by leaving Cody. The cosmos rewarded her courage shortly after she left. In October 2023, the Sister Wives Season 19 star married David. Christine finally has the life and marriage she has always desired, and she and David are monogamous. Together, she and her spouse remodel heirlooms, ride motorcycles, and get matching tattoos. Even a tell-all written by Christine is up for pre-sale right now. Recently, Christine shared some quite instructive images on Instagram. Photographs of Christine taken before and after her separation from Cody are included. The Sister Wives star appears happy in the after pictures, but sad in all of the pre-divorce pictures. With the message, "Life is too short not to make it your best one," Christine writes. It was best for Christine to leave Cody. Robyn Brown, who has been portrayed as the family's villain by Sister Wives watchers for a long time, is, in my opinion, more hated for shielding Cody Brown from his bad behavior than for anything else. Viewers have had the chance to meet Robyn and Cody in almost every version of their relationship during the length of Sister Wives. The couple started the series as newlyweds who were still getting to know one another, but as time has gone on, they have shown that their relationship is just as challenging and giving as they have been to one another. Viewers have got the chance to observe Cody and Robyn's marriage in a whole different way via Sister Wives Season 19. It's been interesting to observe what monogamy is like for the couple, even though they have been open about their struggles since Cody's ex-wives, Christine Brown, Janelle Brown, and Meri Brown, decided to leave him. Cody's connection with his current wife is frequently criticized, despite the fact that many have spent the past few years examining his relationships with his other spouses. Even though Robyn can be challenging at times, she might not be the only issue. Robyn is usually regarded as a close second on Sister Wives, despite Cody being the most prominent villain. Robyn may seem like the greater evil to some, but I tend to believe that's more due to the way she's acting towards Cody than to her actions in general. Robyn's most notable trait over the course of Sister Wives has been her tendency to play the victim during significant events in an effort to garner sympathy and demonstrate her familial ties. Robyn has been accused of playing the victim for years, but she has been doing it to help Cody. In order to deflect attention from her husband and share the blame, Robyn often plays the victim rather than Cody accepting full responsibility for his evil actions. Robyn has been making an effort to share some of the criticism since Cody has been receiving it for years. Robyn is able to handle the negative attention more easily than Cody, which makes it simpler for her to play the victim for her husband. Kody, on the other hand, frequently struggles with it. Although Robyn frequently plays the victim out of self-interest, it's also possible that she does it out of altruism. Although Robyn's victimization has been evident for years, it is evident that she truly loves Kody, as seen by the fact that she frequently puts Kody before herself when things get tough. Robyn has inserted herself to make herself appear like the villain in Kody's connections with his children, which is one of the main instances in which she has played the victim. Robyn is making herself appear worse to the children by portraying herself as a villain, although Kody appears somewhat better from an objective standpoint. Robyn frequently accepts the blame for her victim behavior in public, even though she may be using some of it for Kody's benefit. Robyn is not only criticized by their family for Kody's behavior, but also by Sister Wives watchers. Although Robyn's actions also cause her to lose favor with fans, she is usually held personally responsible for Kody's decisions. Given that the majority of Sister Wives viewers perceive Robyn as a victim, it is evident that she is going above and above what is expected of her in order to keep her husband safe. As he navigates the highs and lows of his polygamous life with his 4 wives, Kody Brown from Sister Wives has always struggled with his hair. Kody currently has chin-length, curly golden hair that seems fuller, yet there is a conspicuous bald spot on his crown. His hair has always made him proud, even on the days when it doesn't look good. His preoccupation with hair has only gotten worse over the last 14 years and 19 seasons of Sister Wives. Kody has even come under fire for his expenditures on extensions during times when his wives and kids were having financial difficulties. During all of this, Kody Brown's ex-partners have told the cameras that he spends a lot of time taking care of his locks. His relatives and friends have expressed their annoyance at having to wait for him while he does his hair. The Brown family has witnessed Kody experiment with a variety of hairstyles throughout the years, ranging from a man bun to a more relaxed, hippie-inspired style. In a lighthearted way, the wives even call Kody's hair his 5th wife. The father of 18 still enjoys wearing dramatic hairstyles, frequently without much finesse, despite all the experimenting. Kody's hair was straight but not long enough to cover his shoulders when the show aired. In a similar vein, even the wives thought their husbands needed a hair makeover as the show progressed. It took him years to figure out a hairstyle that would at least make him seem passable. Kody desperately needed a makeover because of his 2021 hair. When people talked about Kody's worst hairstyles on the show, his unruly, untamed hair took center stage. What he was doing to get this kind of shaggy look was hard to figure out. It looks like Kody damaged his hair by blow-drying it too much. Given that Kody's hair is naturally curly, his continual fussing over it, using products, styling, and maybe the improper kind of brush when drying it, along with a terrible haircut, might have contributed to the frizzy appearance of his hair when he wore it straight. Despite being wavy, Kody's hair is fine and most likely low density, which is why it seems dry and devoid of moisture when he isn't caring for it. From darker, straight hair to his signature wavy blonde coiffure, Kody's hair has seen multiple changes. But there have also been a lot of misses in between the hits. Once, Kody had worn it in a mohawk, which did nothing to enhance his appearance but instead highlighted his thinning hairline. At that point, Sister Wives fans believed it would have been preferable if he had completely shaved his hair and opted for a clean, shaven appearance. There have been discussions about Kody's hair being a metaphor for his life. Similar to how he continues to deny that he is to blame for the breakdown of his relationships, Kody finds it difficult to accept that his hair's heyday is over. Kody's curls have begun to fall out of his head in shreds whenever he bends, and he appears much less put together and fashionable than his brothers, who have accepted their masculine baldness. No matter how popular it had been at the time, Kody should not have chosen a mohawk in this instance. If a mohawk was a horrible choice, Kody's most unflattering hairstyle might have been a man bun. The loose, fluttering strands of hair that typically lovingly surrounded his face were not visible since he wrapped his hair into a tidy bun. Kody twisted it into a knot to add texture and combed hair all back, high above his ears. Kody came up with the idea to highlight his undercut fade on the sides and rear, but Kody's undercut didn't blend well with his sparse sideburns. This was a disastrous hairstyle for Kody as well because an M-shape was starting to appear at his temples as an indication of recession. It would have improved Kody's case by giving him an irregular hairline and a hairdo that lessened the look of thinning hair. Although the man bun and undercut would have been eye-catching, They were unable to conceal Kody's thinning hairline. Kody might have chosen a traditional side part for a more refined and sophisticated look that would have been more appropriate for his current age if he had truly intended to fully change up his look. Even though Kody now loves his curls, for a while, straight hair was his greatest buddy. In order to resemble Keith Urban, Meri's crush, he had straightened his hair. Regretfully, Kody's straight hairdo ended up looking a lot like Meri's. The couple's identical hairdo took the stage as they enjoyed their date. Since such style usually looks better on country singers or maybe someone with a healthier hair structure, Kody's extremely straight hair didn't work well for him. At one point in the show, Kody's wives demonstrated how to apply the cream and scrunch his hair to achieve the distinctive ringlets he currently adores. He was thrilled with the way his hair turned out and thought it was a huge thing. Kody now takes pride in his curly hairstyle. Kody's hair has completely changed since he started using treatments that hydrate it and shaved off the dry areas underneath and on the sides. According to ET, the men in Kody's family don't appear to have been endowed with hair like this. In a recent episode, when Kody went to see his brothers Michael and Scott, the two couldn't help but giggle as they compared their bald heads to Kody's hair. Kody came in with his hair in a net, and as he removed it, he acknowledged that he had to put in a lot of effort to maintain it. Kody disclosed that the curls didn't appear if he didn't dry it properly. According to Kody's relatives, he placed a lot of importance on his hair even as a teenager. As his brothers acknowledged that it was a lot of work, Kody urged them not to be envious. Kody attested to the fact that his hair was entirely colored. As he grew older, he disliked his gray hair. The curls were shielded by the hairnet. Kody stooped and began to tangle his hair with his fingers. He acknowledged that he didn't want to blow dry all day. Kody giggled as he informed the cameras, "It's a little cheesy, but it works." Sister Wives actress Janelle Brown has always been a very lovely woman, and her enormous heart is part of the reason why lately she's been showing off a more dazzling appearance, following a life makeover that seems to be providing her strength and inner peace. As Janelle prioritizes her mind, body, and spirit, she's glowing. The things Janelle has been through have shaped her as a person without hardening her. Janelle is a sweet person who suffered. When she lost her son, Garrison Brown, it must have felt like the world was ending. Nothing is more precious than a beloved child, and Janelle was a fantastic mother to Garrison. Perhaps to help his ex, Kody Brown just awarded Janelle and Meri Brown two bigger shares of the Brown family's Coyote Pass acreage. While Janelle may be thankful, she doesn't need a man to help her. She's great on her own. In reality, she's carved out her own identity. In this scenario, pressure has generated a diamond. Janelle does too. Many Sister Wives fans, like me, genuinely care about Janelle. We don't need her to look a certain way or hit a certain number on the bathroom scale. We love her because she's truthful, open about her ups and downs, and so earthy and authentic. She's a good woman who's been through a lot, and Janelle handles her troubles as gracefully as she can. Above, decked up in a silky black dress with a glittering neckline, she's pink and smiling. It's really lovely to see her happy. I respect Janelle because she's so strong without being harsh. Sure, Janelle has issues with Kody, but for decades, she was the calm, rational one who tried to steer their spiritual marriage in a healthy path. Eventually, she gave up, lashing out at Kody in Sister Wives Season 19. It was simple to feel sorry for her, though. She could never be happy when she was in love with a man whose heart belonged to Robyn Brown. The pandemic then struck, causing a great deal of uncertainty and loneliness. Anyone who has tried to parent alone knows that it's not a simple undertaking. Without their father, the children, including the late Garrison and Gabriel Brown, felt alone and missed him. So did Janelle. It's terrible that she lost a child after all of this. Most women can identify with at least some of the suffering that Janelle has endured. Who hasn't experienced anxiety, uncertainty, and dark nights of the soul? Who hasn't had a partner let them down? Who hasn't found being a parent difficult? The fact that she had to cope with heartbreaking grief in addition to all of these issues is terrible. But as her picture above shows, nothing can break this amazing woman's spirit. She has a radiant appearance that exudes optimism and positive vibes. After ending their spiritual unions with Kody, I've observed a trend of his ex-partners blossoming like roses. Janelle has shed 100 pounds, as seen in the footage above, And the black dress with the diamond neckline that you saw before merely emphasizes how successful her fitness journey has been. She's lean and seems quite happy. Christine Brown and Meri look fabulous too. Now that Cody's given her a bigger share of the Coyote Pass land, Janelle may be able to solve another problem. She might ease the money issues that have plagued Janelle since she left Cody. She says he had control of their money, and Janelle did the accounting for the Brown family. Janelle said that she left her marriage with very little, while Cody disagreed, stating that she had the same. However, the fact that she lived in a cheap rental while Cody and Robyn swanned around in an expensive home with a great big living room and gourmet kitchen seems to tell a different story. Maybe Cody is recognizing this painful truth now, as his decision to redivide the Coyote Pass property seems to show consideration and generosity. The land is valued at roughly $880,000, so Janelle's increased share could become a little nest egg if the property's sold. See the updated ownership of the property in the sarcasm graph shown below. For Janelle, who's planning to build on land in North Carolina, a home of her very own, to her specifications rather than a man's, it seems like the future is bright. In addition, she has her newly established Tata Farms company. It's a project where she now sells t-shirts and will sell flowers. She's working on alongside her daughter Maddie Brown Brush, who recently welcomed a newborn daughter, a new grandchild for Janelle and Cody to cherish. Sometimes we need to tread dark and rocky trails alone until we find the light. However, when we get there, we can be stronger, more resilient people who grasp what's actually important in life. Experience hardens some individuals, but in Sister Wives Janelle Brown's case, it seems to have opened her heart instead of closing it. As she contemplates a future where she has more agency over her own life, she's got a sparkle in her eyes that shines even brighter than the embellishments on her party dress. Let us know in your comments. And stay tuned by subscribing our channel to get more updates like this. Thanks everyone.